As we head into 2026, a midterm year, forget about Congress. Well, like, don't actually forget about Congress. We do, as Democrats, need to flip the House and hopefully flip the Senate. But one of the things that we have learned over the last couple of years is that people want to talk about affordability. They want to hear about how elected officials are going to meaningfully make a difference in their lives. Zora Mamdani talked about freezing the rent. In New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill talked about utility rates. In Virginia, Abigail Spanberger talked about all the different ways that she was going to use the government to make people's lives better. They talked about specifics. They did so in a way that was authentic and genuine, even if as they were coming at it from different ideological lens. If you're running for Congress in 2026, the most you can credibly promise is oversight and accountability. And don't get me wrong, we desperately need good oversight and accountability. But I think it is dangerous to pin all of our hopes on winning in 2026 on a bunch of people talking about holding Trump accountable. And I think it is not a good idea for elected officials or for candidates running for office to promise things that they are credibly not going to be able to deliver. There is no way in which a Democratic Congress and a Trump presidency is going to get us childcare or real meaningful housing policy or anything else that is going to make our lives legitimately better in the short term and also probably in the long term. We're just not going to get good shit out of DC until Trump is gone. Now, again, that doesn't mean don't try and flip the House and Senate. But I think one of our strategies as the Democratic Party needs to be making sure that the people who can make genuine, credible arguments about the good things they're going to do for people need to have really big megaphones. Mayors, city council members, state legislators, governors, the kinds of local offices that can really do stuff, specific things that people can visualize. They can see what it's going to look like. We can see what it will look like when we get universal childcare here in New York City. I can see my bills going down. I can see what it will mean to cut utility rates in New Jersey. I can see what it will mean to build more housing. If we want people to show up and vote, yes, we have to present an affirmative vision. The local leaders who can really speak to local problems do. Now, I run for something. We help people run for local office all across the country. All of our candidates are talking about hyper local things in a really meaningful way. Make sure they have every resource they need to be heard.